humiliated beyond words. Then the delivery arrived. A gilded box, too luxurious to be mistaken for anything ordinary. The moment she opened it, the room fell into stunned silence. Inside lay the real worship of crystal. Not a replica. Not an imitation. The real pair. $30 million worth of impossible elegance. Her employees screamed. Lily herself could not speak. She stared at the shoes in disbelief, her mind racing to only one conclusion. Ashton must have done this. Who else could? That night, she wore the heels to her family's annual gathering, and for the first time in years, every woman in the room looked at her with envy. But admiration never lasted long in the Linden family, not when there was still someone to mock. William Linden stepped forward, loud enough for the whole hall to hear, and sneered at Daryl's cheap clothes. Your wife may have fancy shoes now, he said, but look at you. Aren't those bargain bin rags worth $19? Laughter rippled through the room. Lily's face burned. Then Daryl stepped forward and touched William's expensive-looking suit. William recoiled in outrage. Daryl smiled. That's not the real thing, he said mildly. The original is in an Italian museum. Yours is a cheap replica. Look at the right pocket, there's an unfinished thread. The room went still. Daryl kept talking. About the designer. About the inspiration. About why the stripes were crooked. Then, just as everyone was still reeling, he pointed at Lily's feet. My wife, he said, doesn't wear replicas. All eyes dropped to her heels. To the worship of crystal. To the shoes no one in that room could ever afford. The women gasped. The men stared. For the first time, the family wasn't laughing at Daryl. They were staring at him, as if they had never seen him before. Lily looked at him too, stunned. How did he know all that? How did a man she had treated like trash know more about wealth, fashion, and status than anyone else in the room? For one fragile second, the balance of the entire evening shifted, and then it broke. Samantha stormed forward and slapped Daryl hard across the face. The crack echoed through the hall. Apologize to William, she shouted. Right now. Daryl turned back slowly, one hand rising to his burning cheek. His eyes were no longer soft, no longer submissive, no longer the eyes of a man willing to endure. Because what none of them knew, what none of them could possibly guess, was that by tomorrow morning, Daryl would no longer be the Linden family's joke. He would be the man holding the power to crush Ashton, buy entire companies, and decide exactly who deserved to stand, and who deserved to kneel.